Welcome to BikeReview Pro, the channel where we dive deep into the most legendary and powerful motorcycles ever created. Today's spotlight is on one of the most iconic machines in motocross history, a bike that still strikes fear and admiration in the hearts of riders worldwide, the Kawasaki KX 500. Known as the Widowmaker by some and the ultimate motocross machine by others, this bike represents raw, untamed power. Let's explore why the KX 500 remains a legend decades after it first roared to life. Birth of the Kawasaki KX 500. The Kawasaki KX 500 first appeared in the early 1980s. Kawasaki developed it as part of their KX lineup, but this model was different. While most bikes settled in the 250 cubic centimeters to 450 cubic centimeters range, Kawasaki dared to go big with a monstrous 500 cubic centimeters two-stroke engine. At the time, the motocross world was already competitive, but no other manufacturer created a bike with such extreme brute force and production numbers like Kawasaki. Over the years, the KX 500 evolved, refining its design but never compromising on its wild nature. It became the flagship of Kawasaki's off-road arsenal, loved by adrenaline junkies, desert racers, and daredevils. The heart of the machine, engine and power. At the core of the Kawasaki KX 500 is its legendary 499 cubic centimeters, liquid-cooled, two-stroke single-cylinder engine. Producing around 60 horsepower, this engine was unmatched in its time. Two-stroke power delivery is already sharp and explosive, but combined with a half-liter displacement, the KX 500 delivered an instant, brutal surge of acceleration. This wasn't a machine for the faint-hearted. Riders often described the throttle as a switch, with explosive bursts of torque that could easily lift the front wheel. On dirt tracks, desert dunes, or even drag races, the KX 500 dominated with sheer raw power. Even today, few dirt bikes come close to matching the sensation of riding one. Design and chassis. The Kawasaki KX 500 was built for competition and endurance. Its lightweight steel frame, long travel suspension, and motocross geometry gave it the agility to handle rough terrain, despite the monster engine inside. Kawasaki engineers designed it with simplicity and durability in mind, essential traits for desert racing and motocross battles. The suspension featured leading technology for its era, allowing riders to absorb big jumps and rough trails. Although heavy compared to smaller motocross bikes, its stability made it a weapon in open desert racing. The aggressive styling with Kawasaki's iconic lime green color completed the package. Even parked, the KX 500 looked intimidating. Racing heritage. The Kawasaki KX 500 earned legendary status on the racetrack. It dominated desert racing events like the Baja 1000 and the AMA National Hare and Hound Series. Riders appreciated its ability to cover long distances at high speed across punishing terrain. In motocross, however, the KX 500 was often considered too much bike for the average rider. The sheer power was difficult to tame on tight motocross tracks, but in the hands of skilled professionals, it became a race-winning machine. The bike cemented Kawasaki's reputation as a company that wasn't afraid to push limits. Why it was called the Widowmaker. The nickname, Widowmaker, didn't come without reason. The Kawasaki KX 500 was notoriously difficult to control. With its aggressive two-stroke power band, inexperienced riders often found themselves thrown off balance. Or worse. The combination of explosive acceleration and heavy vibrations made it a challenge, even for seasoned riders. Unlike modern four-stroke dirt bikes with smoother delivery and advanced electronics, the KX 500 gave riders no forgiveness. You had to respect the machine, or it would punish you. This reputation only added to its mystique and cult following. Legacy of the two-stroke era. The KX 500 represents the peak of the two-stroke era in motocross. As emissions regulations tightened and four-stroke technology advanced, large displacement two-strokes slowly disappeared. By 2004, Kawasaki officially discontinued the KX 500. But the legend didn't die. Enthusiasts around the world still restore and ride these machines, keeping the spirit alive. The KX 500 became a collector's item, and many riders claim that no modern bike delivers the same thrill. Its raw simplicity, mechanical sound, and adrenaline-filled ride define what dirt bikes were meant to be. Comparison to modern dirt bikes. Modern motocross bikes like the Kawasaki KX 450F or other four-strokes are technologically advanced, featuring fuel injection, lightweight aluminum frames, and refined handling. They're easier to ride fast, smoother, and more efficient. But ask a true off-road purist, and they'll tell you that the KX 500 still offers something modern bikes cannot: an untamed, mechanical connection between rider and machine. It doesn't have traction control or electronic aids, but it has personality, power, and soul. That's why it remains unforgettable. The sound of the beast. One of the most iconic features of the KX 500 is its sound. The deep, growling exhaust note of a 500 cubic centimeters two-stroke is instantly recognizable. Riders often describe it as music, loud, raw, and aggressive. The sound alone can send chills down your spine and warn competitors of what's coming. Even today, many fans search for videos of the KX 500 just to hear that distinctive roar, proving how deeply this bike influenced motorcycle culture. Modern uses and conversions. Though production ended years ago, the Kawasaki KX 500 still finds new life. Some riders use it in supermoto conversions, drag racing, and even hill climbing competitions. Others restore them as vintage racers or collectors' bikes. The engine itself has also been transplanted into hybrid builds, like mounting it into modern motocross frames, creating KX 500 hybrids. These machines combine the classic power of the two-stroke giant with the handling of modern bikes, offering the best of both worlds. Cult following around the world. Communities of KX 500 fans exist across the globe, from the US to Europe and Australia. Online forums, social media groups, and racing clubs keep the passion alive. Riders share restoration projects, racing stories, and technical tips to preserve these machines. The Kawasaki KX 500 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a cultural icon that represents freedom, danger, and excitement. Every fan agrees, once you've experienced a KX 500, no other bike feels the same. Why the Kawasaki KX 500 will always be remembered. The Kawasaki KX 500 wasn't built to be easy. It wasn't built for everyone. It was built to push boundaries, to challenge riders, and to dominate open terrain. While it may never return to production, its legend will live on forever. It represents a time when motorcycles were raw, dangerous, and unfiltered, a symbol of the ultimate two-stroke power. For many, it will always be the greatest dirt bike Kawasaki ever built. Conclusion: the immortal legend. The Kawasaki KX 500 is more than just a motorcycle. It's a legend, a machine that continues to inspire respect and fascination decades after its last production run. For riders who dare to tame it, the reward is an experience unmatched in the motorcycle world.